Everyone, this is Crystal Cook with simple strategies to navigate a complex world so that you can live your best life. We've talked in the past about goal setting and those self-limiting beliefs. So, what happens when we are on our way to achieving our goals, we're implementing our action steps and we mess up, we take a misstep, and we feel like we're going backwards? Do we give it all up? A common theme that comes up with people, we've talked about the goal of losing weight, but we also talked about digging deeper to really find out what that's all about. But if we take, for instance, someone's goal is weight loss so that they can fit into those jeans and feel really good about themselves and to um, control their blood pressure and stop diabetes before it happens. And so we've got the health related concerns as well as the self esteem. And we're eating more mindfully. And so we're taking notice of how much we eat, when we eat. Are we eating based on stress, or are we trying to fill a void in ourselves? So we've been examining all of that. And Friday night hits, and going to use myself as an example. Friday night hits, I've had a really stressful day, and I sit down in front of the TV, and before I know it, a half a tub of ice cream is gone and is in my belly. And then I beat myself up because, oh my gosh, all this work I've been doing, and I can't even control myself. And then we start with the self limiting beliefs and that negative self talk and beat ourselves up over it. And then what happens to so many people is, well, I just give up. I can't reach this goal. I am just destined to live my life the way it has been for the past few years, and nothing's going to change, nothing's going to get better. I can't do this. I can't. And then we live in that tub of ice cream, or we open a bag of chips or whatever. And while we were making strides to get up that mountain, that goal is symbolized as a mountain. And so as we're making strides to reach our goals, to get the pinnacle of the peak, halfway there we mess up and we fall back down to the bottom. Do we give up then? The answer is no, we don't give up. There's always going to be times in our lives where we take, it's one step forward and three steps back. And just because we mess up, that's not a failure. It is a mistake that we made and we learned from it. For the next day, we get up in the morning and maybe it's like, you know what, I'm going to start off the day on a positive note today. Yeah, I ate half a tub of ice cream last night and I had a bellyache and I felt really gross and I felt bad. I felt bad that I lost my momentum and that I slid half, all the way back down the mountain. But you know what? I'm going to get up this morning and maybe I'm going to do some yoga, or maybe I'm going to go for a walk, or maybe I'm going to go for a jog or a bike ride. And today I'm going to eat healthy. I'm going to eat foods that make me feel good about myself, that give me joy, that causes a feeling of healthiness. And we just acknowledge that we slid back on our reaching our goals, that you know what, we're going to start climbing that mountain back up again. And you know what? If we've already climbed halfway up that mountain, going up that mountain the second time is a lot easier because we know the route, we know how to get there, we know we can get there. So we just get back and we plug along, with people who are trying to deal with addiction and get into recovery. Oftentimes there's many relapses that a person will experience before they are able to stay in recovery for a long period of time. That's the same truly with any change we make in our life. It's not going to be instant and it's not going to be perfect. We're going to backslide. The important thing is that we backslide, we acknowledge it, and we learn from it, and then we move on. Maybe what I learned from eating the half a tub of ice cream is that I didn't feel good and I didn't sleep well and I had kind of a bellyache because my body's not used to that much sugar anymore. So this is just really important to just know that part of the process is that we will make mistakes, and then to not allow those negative thoughts to take over and tell us, oh, see, you fail at everything. You can't do this either. You're not meant to feel good about yourself. You're not meant to fit into those cute jeans. You're not meant to whatever it is that we're telling ourselves because we're not worthy or we're not lovable. And we need to then stop and remember our exercises, remember what we learned in some of the books that I've suggested to you, and and challenge those self-limiting beliefs. There's a really interesting, she's done a TED Talk and has written a really interesting book. Her name is Angela Duckworth. And you can find her TED Talk on YouTube, but she's written a book called Grit. It is Grit, the power of passion and perseverance. And what she has done is she's done a lot of research into this, and basically Grit talks about a growth mindset. And in the research that she's done is found that the markers for success, it's not IQ or talent, it's really the ability for someone to fail at something and to try and try again until they get it right. So oftentimes when things come easy to people, maybe, I've always been really smart and getting an A in school was always so easy. That has not been the case for me. I had to work really hard for my grades. And so working hard and things not coming easy for me was normal. So it came easy to someone and something happens and they don't make the perfect grade, or something is not easy the first time and they find that they're failing at it. Oftentimes those people have the hardest time with failure and getting up and starting over again. So just remember that the true markers for success is the ability to fail and maybe fail again and fail a number of times, but to just continue to try until you get it right. Another great speaker and author is Carol Dweck, and she's also done a lot of research on growth mindset, which is all what goes into what we call grit. Those are my thoughts on goal setting, achieving your goals, and what to do when we backslide. And we, most of us will. Maybe some people reach their goals perfectly the first time. I don't. I backslide quite a bit and I learn many things the hard way. But when I do learn it, I usually get the lesson and I continue and move on, because if I don't like where I'm at, the only thing to do to change that is to go somewhere else and to keep plugging along until I get to where I want to be. And that is my thoughts for today. This is Crystal Cook with simple strategies to navigate a complex world so that you can live your best life. If you like this video, please click like and subscribe, and I'll see you here next time. Thanks.